I wanted to create a video about numbers because I had a couple of strange or exciting experiences lately. I remember when I started doing this channeling, when the channeling happened, I had a blast of channel opening, and instantly I started to feel the numbers. Like 7, 5, 8, 6, it doesn't matter anything to us, it's like a number. But at that point, every number had an energy, and I felt this energy. And also every letter had an energy. And these numbers and letters, they come from two-dimensional worlds. And being said, they come from digital worlds also. And digital worlds use the numbers to create their own world. And it's like the number is like a world of itself where only numbers exist in an unimaginable way. And also numbers, in a sense, create our own reality here. And I will call the numbers and you will put down the meanings. 0 is peace. 0 is bright white light. 1 is individuality. It's simple, it's individuality. Light, what color of light, I don't know. The 0 was fog light, white like color. It's like, the color doesn't represent anything to you. The color for me represents energy. Energy represents for me, I know what kind of beings have this aura color, and I instantly know how they feel, how is their world. So 1 is their, 0 is their world. 0 world it's like a place of absolute presence, peace, harmony, and self-harmony. It's like a godlike harmony. It's like, but it's more to peace. 1 is individuality. From 0 created 1, and 1 created individuality, and the 1 created every other number. So from 0 and 1 everything starts. And actually in programming, 0s and 1s is everything that exists. And individuality, personality, and it's also 1 represents correct, 1 represents singularity, 1 represents silence, 1 represents it's correct, 1 represents the 0 1 represents. For example, in camera there is 0.2. 0 means, and 2, it means 2 is basically doubts, and 0 peaceful but harmonious, but everything is like something not wrong, something is not right. So in other words, for me it interprets that I'm foggy like thinking. Foggy, not like thinking, but foggy like thinking, a little bit having this, and to me it interprets instantly I haven't got a good sleep. And now I see 0.303 in the camera, which means actually a lot of thinking in digital computers. 2 is 2 represents, it's all about 2. 2 is gray-like energy, and also these numbers, how I see, they have intention, intensity. For example, 2 on 1 energy field is correct. It's just correct. It's just a balanced and correct thinking. It's like balanced and correct, just correct. But 2 in lowered energy is doubts. It's like the opposite of correct. It's doubts. It's complete doubts. Oh, should I do this? Is this for me? And also 2 represents to me sometimes technical thinking, like computer technical thinking. Well, anyway, 2 for me is not the most polite number because it represents something of fog like doubts. It represents something is shady, something is sleepy, something is and 0 it's even more foggier, so something is peacefully shady and having like doubts or clouded thinking, you would say. Then there was 0.3, and 3 is color of cheese yellow. Cheese yellow is like or a beautiful sand yellow, but not like bright yellow. Something little bit to with sand brown like yellow. And 3 represents too much of thinking. It represents a tight thinking process. Like a person needs to think all over. A person needs to think a lot of things all over. He needs. Sometimes he thinks too much. Sometimes, and not only that he thinks too much, it's complicated for him. It's like somebody who's like, oh, I should this, no, I should that, no, I should that. But it's also analytical thinking. It's also like because 3 is a little bit yellow and it represents a little bit golden and it represents a little bit joy. So, but the thinking blocks everything down. So it's like a mixture of joy, intellect, and being lowered in energy. And it's also for a 3, it's a positive side and a negative side. Negative side that is thinking so much that it is being lowered in energy and cannot find a solution. 3 in the positive side is somebody that loves to think and somebody that loves calculating and is really good at it. It's really good at it. And if you have a 3 with a 9, 9 is it's a golden energy and golden highest intellect. And 9, if you have a 9 somewhere and you see 9, it represents money, golden intellect. It's like godlike intellect. It's like he's the smartest person on this planet. He's everybody's like, wow, how smart he is. It's like a father to everybody. But if you have 3 and 9, it's like, man, everything is correct, but you're thinking too much. You're just thinking too much. Just stop thinking, because all the answers you already have in you. Just go and do it. And now I see 0, 6. And 6 is actually the worst number there is in the numbers I have. 6 is a color of black, and it represents difficulties. It represents inner blockages. It represents inner difficulties. For example, 6, 9 is everything through difficulty goes into a change into like for example, the most simplest words, you need to work a lot to. If you see 69 and you ask yourself, am I working a lot? If you see 69, that means you are working a lot. It's a difficult work. Not only it's difficult into strength, but it's more related to difficult into emotionally, that you're emotionally drowned. You're like, oh, it's like walking in darkness. And the 9 represents positive changes. So it's like through negativity, positive changes can happen. So it's I have heard somewhere online that it's like a transformational number. Yeah, it's a transformational number, but not all the times. And so 4 is anger, and 4 is like put yourself together. Put yourself together in anger. I need to put myself together. So 0, 7, 5, 1. There was this number 5, 3. Okay, 5, 3. I was thinking a lot. 0, 7, 5, 1. 5 is actually Enrico's number. 5 is 5 is joy. 5 is energy. 5 is sun. 5 is go doing, go having, go achieving, go dancing around. But it's like tremendous excitement, tremendous joy, tremendous energy, tremendous like completely not a person who is completely not grounded. Just gaze around, run around, play around, joy around. New excitements take him and put him into new excitements, and new excitements. It's like maybe also many jobs are not finished. The 5 will not be there where there is something boring or something serious work. For serious work there is 3, and 3 number would be there, and the 3 number would be there. And if 5 is like, oh, I'm fed up with this, I want to go away because it's difficult right here, and 3 will come in here and tell, okay, now let's see, how can we fix this? How can we see this? How can we manage this? How can we solve this? And it's like, now, how can we do this? So everybody has an opposite side and a negative side. Everybody has a different side, not an opposite, not a negative side. And 5, okay, 7 is a loneliness. 7 is somebody who's feeling not loved, somebody who's feeling lonely, somebody who's being separated, somebody who's feeling incomplete. 5 was yellow, 4 was red, 3 was cheese-like, 2 was gray-like, 1 was I don't know-like, the 0 was white like fog-like, 6 was black, and 7 is I don't know, like it's like something dark fog-like. When 2 was like cloud gray-like, then 7 is like tarmac, dark gray-like a dark cloud maybe. but in energy it's completely different energy. 8 is somebody who's fell in love. 8 is typically a girl's number. It's typically of artists. It's typically playing around, joying around, funning around, falling in love, feeling love, want to feel love more. 7 is the completely opposite of 8 in terms of with feelings of love. And 8 is a smile. 5 is also a smile. 8 is a loving smile. 8 is a flower-like of person who wants to pay attention to smaller things in his life, the smaller things that make beautiful things. I would say it's a perfect woman's energy. 9 is completely, and 8 is pink, and 9 is golden. 9 is golden, and golden is typically man's energy, highest intellect energy, money, highest intellect. And let's now think about, okay, rainbow has different colors. Rainbow has green and so on, but this was represented in completely different. Now I'll talk about, there's 1119. That was right here. Everything is correct, but then you think again, everything is correct, but you have this overall thinking, well, everything's correct. Now you think a little bit twice. So to me, it represents that I have already created this video earlier, and the 9 was intellect. So it's correct what I've taught. 1150, excitement and joy. And these 1 right now in numbers represent, I'm trying to think about something. And now it went to 2, 12, and I'm not sure of what I'm thinking. And it's actually correct, so these numbers just change and change and change. And again, I see this 13, 12, 13 is like, in my case, I'm thinking too much. And the difficulty for me is that I'm having doubts, but I'm trying to figure out something. So I know what's the problem. I'm trying to figure out something, but it's not that so deeply, but it gives me answers. Now, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Or what's happening at this point? What's going on at this point? So now let's talk about how one can use this, every day. For example, how it puts me out into synchronicity that, hey, these numbers are actually putting. Now I was thinking whether these numbers put in are an input that carries energy and answer to a question. For example, some people ask to me, oh, I see 1133 all the time, or it doesn't matter. I don't remember the exact scenario with the number combinations that they had, but I was like, okay, it means this and this and this. For example, one girl was that she sees, I don't know, but it was like a mixture of 2 7s. I was like, okay, it means being lonely, not being lonely, having lack of loved ones, or beloved one, like a partner, you would say. But it's not like having a partner so that I have a partner. It's like having a partner so that I feel secure, loved, or loved. It doesn't mean I have like a close relationship. Just feeling this security or of being like necessary to someone. So it's, and I talk more and more, and it's like these 2 combinations mean that you are like working a lot and don't have your opinion of value. What are you doing? So in other words, for me, more simple would be to describe that you are working, but you work because somebody asks. You cannot say no, and at the ending you don't receive sufficient money to pay for all of this, and then you have this feeling of, why am I doing this? That's the number represents. And she said everything is amazingly correct. She's like, wow, you can read all information from numbers. I said, I don't know. I just don't know. It's just like through the numbers you can see the meaning. I don't know if the number represents information, or I just asked the numbers. They showed me an energy which I remembered from the channelings that was represented. Maybe the channeling information brings through from the numbers, the combination of energies that you can look upon. It's something like, you go to a psyche reader who has tarot cards, and they put out certain cards in you, for you, and then you are like, hey, okay, this card represents like luck. And then you're like, okay, you will have luck, and next card is job, for example. You will have luck in your job. You'll have luck in your job and something. And then you put yourself, asking yourself, okay, now what kind of a luck will I have in my job? And then your vision start receiving like, oh, okay, now I understand. You downloaded this information from the question you asked. So maybe it's the same with the numbers. And just yesterday, or not yesterday, like a couple of days ago, it was really funny because Linda, my girlfriend, she's like a psyche reader, she's like a channeler, but she's like a medium communicating with beings who have passed. And I think she's really good at it. And she's doing consultations, and to her, one lady came. And she was asking, she sees 49 all the time, 49 all the time. And Linda asked me, what does the 49 mean? And dong information comes through. 49. For aggressive. And aggressive means working a lot, putting out energy into work. 9 is intellectual, and also money support. With the combination of 4 and 9, 49. To her, I sense that that's a lady. Out from nowhere. The numbers don't tell which is a girl or lady, but I just ask, okay, 4 and 9, what does it mean? A person who has money, working hard, intellectual field. So she's like working intellectual field. Or maybe she's a law of attorney or something, or something to it. I don't know. Just intellectual. She has the money, but the 4 and 9 stopped her at one point. It stopped her because the 4 was working hard. Put yourself energy. I want to achieve this. I want to do this. I want to be a personality, and so on. Red energy. And the 9 is a completely different number. 9 is a intellect. I would say also, in a way, peace, intellect, harmony, and money. It's like I would say this is like a goddess number. 4 is like a slave number. It's like a goddess number. And from comparison, and she came to what's wrong with my life? Everything completely changed, and I'm getting this image of children, and I didn't tell anything. I just told, okay, this story that she's working, and changes, and pop, and something changes, and she wants to have changes, and changes need to be had in life. And Linda said, "Wow." I said, "What?" She told exactly the same to her, and in similar words. And then she told me that the lady said, yes, definitely changes my life because I realized I want to have a son. And I was like, wow, the numbers told about the son, not like the sun in the sky, but a boy. She wants to give marriage to a boy. She wants to give birth to a boy. And she's thinking about it, and she's like, say, what the fuck? What did I tell? My God. And exactly. So the numbers itself don't actually have the meaning, because from the meaning you don't put out. They put out an energy that you can lower your consciousness in. That was like thinking. Now, in putting out a mathematical, I don't think it's possible to have a mathematical calculation of. Mathematical calculation of meanings of it, but they definitely put an energy to it. For example, I'm born in 0203 date. It means like doubts and thinking a lot. But it's together with this zero number, peace. So it's like peace and meditative, doubts, and also from time to time thinking. 1989. Okay, 9 is golden. 19. Having it always aside, and 89 is really strange. 8 and 9. 8 represents a girl, and 9 represents also the golden, in a sense, richness. But I'm not rich, but intellectual. I would think, yeah, because I'm really good at programming. Now I know the answer. I know the answer, but it's for me. I don't share because it's a little bit private information. So now I think what I've told earlier in the videos. Okay, it's private. So anyway, let's talk about something different. Okay, let's try to interpret numbers. What do we have here? Round. Okay, 2126. 2128, 21, but they're changing quickly. I need to look somewhere else. Like in the kilometers. 45594. Okay. Okay, 55, hurrying. 14. Anger. Myself in anger, hurrying. It's a not good number. It's related to me. It means that I'm hurrying. I'm not having this good idea of hurrying, that I need to hurry. Change 9-5, change knuckle to 5. It's like a joy. Okay, so I see that this week what I've chosen to have a lot of work, and I will put in a lot of work, will be done quickly. It's like they will be a little bit hurried. Intellectual thinking. 9, intellectual thinking, intellect. That's also related to money. So let's say I'm hurrying for money. And 5 would bring joy. I will have a fun or a smiling feeling after that I've done. Okay, so it changed to 6 now. So it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It's like answer for me. It's not that easy. And it will change to 7 because I will be alone in the countryside. So definitely I know that I will be a major part of myself there alone. So now I know that in the countryside I will be alone. But that's good. I wanted to be alone. But I will have this alone type of a feeling that I'm missing something. I'm missing for something. And 5000 means presence of Enrico. It's like 00 meditation, alone, 1500. 15 alone, Enrico, and meditation 4 5 again. So it tells me something in front. So let's talk about something. What is happening globally here in this world? Let's pick a number. 1526. 15 summer. Funny. No interpretation. It's about 1526. There's no interpretation. But the 26 represents we will have a time of 15. Okay, 15. That's what I represent. It's given a period of summer. We will have a time of like a joy. Like the time will be like we will have globally. I don't know, maybe all over the globe, but mostly we will have a time of joy. It's like the beginning will be of joy. Then the cycle of it will be the end of the summer. We will be in like, oh, what should we do? What do we need to do? What do we need to prepare for? Or what? But the 6 represents of difficultness. It's like get back into harder and harder work. But the 6 represents more to that I need to put myself together and start doing this. I need to put myself together and start doing this. So to me, it represents this cycle from Samar Law. Let's ask a little bit precise. 5839. It was about children. 5839. 5839 children. The number itself is really funny. It's joy. 5839. The children. It's joy. 8 number is actually in this case a really beautiful number. It's joy, and when you see small girls, like children, you have this. The girls try to decorate themselves. They try to play around, and 3 is like, oh, I'm getting back to this. I need to fix everything. I need to do. 3 9, and it gets back to the harmonious number. So to me, about children, it tells me that children are like fun, joy, and also beautiful, causing headaches in terms of I need to like get this thing together with the intellect, and then intellect. But it doesn't. The questions are like asked around. Somebody, but for example, somebody has a precise question like, "Hey, I'm having stuff in my life. What should I do? What should I need to do?" And I see this number all the time. This number is trying to tell me something. What does this number mean? And this number represents an answer, represents an energy, represents like a connection to the answer, or a connection to the look that, hey, okay, this helps me a little bit. But I think it could be way calculated, even better. Sometimes I was thinking, if we, because I have this energy memory of all the beings, what kind of energy color they have, and somehow it has been developed, the recognition of what energies mean, color means. And I think like we can actually calculate the mixture of colors, so that we can mix together different type of these numbers and put out a color. And this color can bring out a meaning. It's something like different, we have only 3 colors in or actually 4 colors, no, 5. We have 5 colors that we can print out anything. It's black, magenta, cyan, and yellow. In other words, it's for printers. It's not for the RGB colors. It's for printers. We have black, we have red, we have blue, and we have black, blue, red, yellow. And it's printed on white, so it's actually a white color also. But out of these 5 colors, you can nearly print all the colors except pinks. The pink colors are really difficult to be printed. But with these RGB colors, we can make nearly all the colors we can imagine, what we see. But I think also not all the colors. So also, what I want to tell is that these numbers are like colors, and mixed together the entity with these colors, they bring out, for example, an auric color. And I thought maybe you can take a mathematical correction and just export these colors out. And from these colors you can calculate the person's aura or the energy meaning at that point by seeing the color. So it could be a much easier. And also maybe it's possible to calculate a meaning to it from the number, just like a meaning, 49, put into a dictionary, what does it mean? And actually a good idea, I can develop this program. You just put in the numbers, what did it mean, and they can put you an answer, put an answer to you. Okay, so I think it's enough of talking, and let's look at the numbers. 2959. It's like everything is correct, but try to have more joy in your life. Everything is correct, and try to have more joy in your life. The thinking resides to peace, and then it resides to joy. So after a lot of thinking, like job type of thinking, enter this peace state, and it will bring up to you joy. So that's the answer, that's the message I want to give to you, that peace will bring to you joy. So anyway, at the ending, these numbers are not like the meanings I try to read around the numbers. They are not like they're just numbers, and many times it's really necessary to see the person who's asking this. It's like a mixture of person who is asking. So, for example, if you were to ask this question, I would see you, and like, okay, this means something else, and for another person it means something different. So it's like something I would see is like a key that allows to look into different information for that person. So it's something that you can watch an information. Okay, bye. It's a horrible road right now. See you.